Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where I'll be showing you 5 traps to play against the first move, e4. Now e4 has been played online over 3,300,000,000 times, so it will be very important to know how to play against the first move e4 and how to also have some fun against it. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. First up, we have a trap which has been played over 394,000 times, so I'm sure you guys will have lots of times to play this opening, and lots of chance to play this opening and hopefully get a beautiful checkmate with this opening as well. So it starts off with the Italian game after e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6 and bishop c4. Now after this, you're going to play the very strange looking move and sort of dubious looking move, but to try and trick them into taking our pawn. And so we're going to play the move knight d4, and after they take our pawn on e5, we'll play the lovely move queen g5. Now, if they get greedy and wish to take on f7, which by the way is a fork on our queen and our rook, we will take on g2, attacking their rook. So after this, they will be forced to play rook f1 to save their rook, right? Well, after this, we have queen e4 check, giving white no chance to capture our rook in the corner on h8. Now white here has two options. They can either block with the queen, and after this, we will simply take their queen. So that's very, very simple. And so that's how to be up a queen in 7 moves against d4 as black. So that's obviously very nice. But here, white does have another option if they wish to save their queen with bishop e2. Now after bishop e2, it looks very sort of, oh, we can't do anything, right? Well, you'd be very surprised because the move is knight f3, smothered checkmate in 7 moves. And this has been played over 394,000 times, so this isn't just a one-off opening. This is an opening which has been played hundreds of thousands of times, and I'm sure you guys can get lots of wins in this opening. Jumping into the next trap, we have a trap which has been played over 130,000 times, and it's where you can sacrifice your queen and get checkmate. Check this out. It starts off with e4, e5, knight f3 and knight f6, called the Petrov's defense, and after they take on e5, we'll play the Stafford gambit, a very dangerous opening which not many players do have all the theory to prep it against. Anyway, after they take on c6 and then we take back on c6, opening up our bishop and our queen, they will play the main line with d3, and we will continue the main line with bishop c5, threatening the pawn on f2, which will become very, very important in the next few moves. And then after the very natural looking move bishop g5, pinning our knight to our queen, we will play the brilliant move knight takes e4, sacrificing our queen in one move. And if white does wish to get greedy and capture our queen, we will take on f2 like earlier, because it is extremely important. And white's only move here is king e2. And after king e2, we will play bishop g4, checkmate, with a queen sacrifice in 8 moves. The next trap I will show you has many different variations to it, and actually can come out many different openings from white. So it starts off with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. Please note that this is just one of the variations of this opening, as there are tons of openings which this can come out of, as stated earlier. And then after a6, trying to kick out the bishop, they will take on c6, and we will take back with our d-pawn, opening up our bishop and our queen. Now after this, to be safe, white will castle. And after white decides to castle, we will pin the knight with bishop g4. And then after h3, trying to kick out our bishop, we will play the lovely move h5, sacrificing our bishop. And if white decides to take our bishop and be greedy, we will take back on g4. And here, white's best move is to actually just play rook e1. And after this, you're up a piece in 8 moves. You're welcome. However, if white doesn't wish to go down a piece and instead decides to go up a pawn like this, we have the lovely move queen h4, threatening mate on h1, which is very important. Now to stop this, it is actually mate in 3, so you can't stop it. But if white wishes to try and stop it, they will go for f4. Now after this, we'll play the extremely good move, g3, sealing the door on the white king. And here, white can do nothing but pray that we do not know what we are doing. Now here, the best move is queen h5 just to delay checkmate. And here, we will take on h5 with our rook, and no matter what white plays next, we will deliver checkmate on h1. This is the fishing pole trap, and it has been played countless times. I really recommend you try this out in some of your games. The next trap comes out of an opening called the Latvian gambit, which involves pushing your f-pawn on the second move. So it is very, very risky, but if it pays off, you have the best game ever. It starts off with e4, e5, knight f3, then f5, the Latvian gambit. And after bishop c4, we will take on e4, forcing their knight to move, and usually they will capture back on e5. And after this, we will play knight f6, making them think, oh look, we just got a fork on f7, but in reality, after knight f7, forking our queen and our rook, we will play queen e7, not d5. We will let them capture our rook in the corner. And after this, we will play d5, kicking out their bishop, and their natural move is just bishop b3, also the best move, I believe. And after bishop g4, targeting their queen, they will push with f3. But what they fail to realize is that e takes f3 is a discovered check on the king. And after king f2, we will play knight e4 check, continuing to attack the king. And after king f1, we will play queen h4, not giving a check, but threatening many, many different checkmates on f2 and beyond. And after this, they will usually play the move g3. Even if they don't do this, they're still totally lost. But if they do play g3, we have queen h3 check. And after king e1, we have the very, very subtle pawn f2 checkmate in 12 moves. And finally, to finish off the video, we have a trap where you can promote a queen in 12 moves in the Caro-Kann. It starts off with e4, c6, d4, and d5, and knight c3, the normal line of the Caro-Kann. And after d takes e4, they have knight takes e4. So far, very, very simple. And after knight f6, the Tartar cower, if they don't wish to capture on f6, they will drop back to g3. And after this, we will come for the knight with h5. And after bishop g5, sort of trying to pin our knight, but it doesn't really do anything, we will continue for the knight with h4, marching down the board. And after they take on f6, we will totally ignore their bishop and take on g3, coming for the king. And after bishop e5, attacking the pawn and saving their bishop, we will play rook takes h2, a crazy move. And after they take back on h2, we will play a very move which you will not be expecting at all. And it starts off with queen a5. And after c3 blocking, we will play one of the craziest moves you will ever see in chess. And it is queen takes e5 check. And the idea is that now the bishop is no longer here to guard this rook for when it gets captured. And when it gets captured, no matter what white does, we are promoting on the next move. And we are totally winning the game. That's how you can promote a queen in 12 moves in the Caro-Kann. That's the video for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I really hope you guys will be able to use these exceptional traps in your games. Remember, these traps have been played hundreds of thousands of times, and I think you guys will really have lots and lots of fun playing these openings. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to make a video about them very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and bye.